This video brought to you by Mike's Barbecue
on Route 32 in Woodruff.
Come on down, we got some great food. That's Mike's Barbecue.
Is there anything wrong with being called a redneck? Every state has them, especially parts of South Carolina. You just might find that lots of folks in the Palmetto State are at least a quarter redneck. Just look at Spartanburg County. And yeah, we're aware that places like Blacksburg, Waterloo, Gray Court, and Katachie are real redneck places too, but they're too small to measure with data. The goal today is to show where the larger redneck cities are in the big old state of South Carolina. How do we do it? We measure the things most Carolina rednecks love. You know, shooting, hunting, fishing, chewing tobacco, heck, even Walmarts. Let's get started. Our first stop on the redneck circus of South Carolina starts in Simpsonville, a pretty damn necky place located along I-385 south of Greenville. Within a short drive are enough gun stores and bars to keep rednecks entertained all year long. Plus, it's 75% white here, which is really high for South Carolina. But what really makes Simpsonville rank so high are the number of trailer parks in the area. And is there anything more American than a liquored up Carolina trailer park redneck getting after it on a NASCAR Sunday? The answer is no. No, there's not. You know there's lots of rednecks in Easley, right along Route 123 west of Greenville. It's 85% white here, and a very blue-collar place. Easley ranks second for trailer parks, fifth for bars, and is fourth for places to get fishing gear per capita. Easley is also home to the Upper South Carolina State Fair every year. There's a reason they call this fair the annual Redneck Roundup. At the end of every summer, neck teens from all over Greenville County pile into Easley to have one last beer and one last chew with their friends. But you can tell who's from Easley and who isn't. Easley necks are the ones with the red solo cups for spit and chew, mullets, old gamecock caps, and fishing poles. If you took Route 221 south from Spartanburg, after about 10 bush lights, you'd come to the little city of Lawrence. You know when you'll get there because you'll see a big old pile of beer cans. Lawrence ranks high for the number of fishing stores, and for a lot of gun stores per capita too. And seeing as necks here are so close to the Sumter National Forest and all, you can bet something's in season just about all year long. You know, deer, turkey, gray squirrel, brown squirrel, coon, beaver, baby otter. Seems like there's rednecks in every nook and cranny in South Carolina. And we can't leave this redneck roundup without mentioning at least one more city in Spartanburg County. Today we stop off in Greer. It's 75% white here, which means most of the folks are at least a quarter redneck. Among other factors, Greer ranks first in the state for number of dollar stores per capita. I mean, how many damn dollar stores does one little city need anyways? What does a redneck do when $1 store is out of red solo cups? She goes to the other one. Therefore, there's no excuse for a Greer redneck to show up to a Dunkin' barbecue empty-handed. Way down in Cherokee County along Route 29 is the real redneck city of Gaffney, which is in the top 10 for gun stores and places to get chew and smokes in South Carolina. Plus, the high school graduation rate in Gaffney is 74%. That means 1 in 4 folks here thought screwing around was way more important than learning, because as we know, rednecks just hate school. But that's okay, Gaffney necks. We'd all agree with you that getting stuck in the mud somewhere is way more fun than sitting in math class somewhere. About halfway between Greenville and Columbia along Route 25 is the little redneck city of Greenwood. Greenwood is 3rd in mobile home parks, 6th for gun stores, and 5th in places to get chew. Plus, nearby is Lake Greenwood, which has some of the best bass fishing in the state. Greenwood necks can spend all day long out here. Go! Catching a bass, catching a buzz, listening to the Tigers on the radio.
This is Mike at Mike's Barbecue again. Did I mention that we got gator? We got some good gator. Come down and try our gator and we will throw in some hush puppies. That's Mike's Barbecue
on Route 32 in Woodruff. Continuing our neck tour of South Carolina, we come to Salem, a teeny little town in Oconee County, way up near the North Carolina-Georgia border. Being a teeny town that's 95% white, where there's a dollar store, a bar, and bait shops means you've got it made. They ain't first class, but they ain't white trash. They're wild and a little crazy too. Some girls don't like Salem guys. Ah, but some girls do. If you jumped in your beat-up truck and headed south from Greenville along Route 29, after a bit you come to Anderson, South Carolina, where they rank in the top 5 for bars and places to get chew in the entire state. Plus, they have 3 Walmarts within a 10-minute drive. And for a redneck, having so many Walmarts is like short lines at Disneyland. In fact, it's beginning to look like a big chunk of the 864 between Spartanburg, Anderson, and Pumpkintown is pretty much the redneck triangle of the entire state. If you know someone from Anderson, there's a decent chance they got the redneck gene. Shit, Anderson necks wear camo to church, so you know they'll wear camo to Carowinds. If you like your women just a little on the trashy side, then head on down to Seneca, which is up in the hills practically in Georgia. The number of tobacco stores and mobile home parks is 5th in the state, and the number of places to fish along Lake Kiwi and the Savannah River is practically endless. Not that necks in these parts don't fish in the smaller creeks and ponds in the area too. I mean, when did a no fishing sign ever stop a redneck anyways? What does a Carolina redneck do when he catches a record catfish? He makes it his Facebook profile pic. And where's the most redneck city in South Carolina? That would be Darlington, hands down. Located way down along Route 52 near Florence, we're speculating this entire place is some shade of neck. Darlington ranks 2nd for gun stores, 7th for bars, and 8th in South Carolina for places to get smokes and chew. Plus, of course, Darlington has its own racetrack, where every summer, the NASCAR Bojangles 500 comes to town. If you haven't been to Darlington to see this redneck spectacle for yourself, it's something you should do at some point in your life. People pile into town from all over the region to make Darlington the redneck capital of the South for an entire weekend. And the redneck vibe never really leaves this place until winter comes. God bless America. If you live in Darlington or any of the other necky South Carolina cities we mentioned, you live in redneck heaven. Consider yourself blessed.
Yo.